debut. And returning after a very long layoff, November 2017, is Jake Collier. He's making his UFC Heavyweight debut. Round number 1. Aspinall in the red, Collier in the blue. Look out for the boxing of Aspinall. He's got pro boxing experience and a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He moves like a welterweight.
Nice feints here. What we expect from Collier, what we saw from him at middleweight was him, big right hand on the temple there. And controlled power as well, Tom Aspinall, just checking his range and his distance. Very, very quick for a heavyweight. Good head movement. And only 9 fights in his record as well. I think the problem for Tom Aspinall a lot of the time was not only finding trade. Oh! What a finish!
That's it!
Wow!
Knockout for Tom Aspinall in his debut!
So slick. Beautiful right hand. Beautiful right hand. Clean. I mean, this is what we've got to expect from Tom Aspinall from his career moving forward. Keep your eyes on this young man. He is something special.
I think we've got ourselves a prospect.
Beautiful. Knee to the midsection. Bang, bang. 1-2 follows right on the chin. He just did not stand a chance. As soon as that knee landed, bang, right into the midsection and 1-2. Very nice. And he'd measured the right hand early as well. 50% power. Just touched him with it to check his range and then nailed him with that midsection.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially 45 seconds. Round number 1. Referee Dan Mulvahetty puts a halt to the bout for your winner by TKO, Tom Aspinall!
Giving a shout out.
Division. Ready. Fight. Alan, the Black Samurai Baudot versus Tom Aspinall. The fight clock is brought to you by the US Army. Aspinall wearing the red, Baudot in the black. Interestingly, the MMA Factory in Paris have prepared for Tom Aspinall before. They could say nothing but positive things about him. A lot of respect. They're 0-1 against him. What the way they're moving.
Let's weigh them again. The only reason I can tell they're
you pick them up.
It's the reverberations through the canvas is the only way we can tell. The speed they're moving at.
Ooh.
Spinning attacks from Baudot.
Yeah, you talked about that, Paul. He likes to spinning like a spinning top.
Right off the top, just spinning around.
Why not?
Well, why not? That's the unpredictability with the, Tom Aspinall being as clean of a boxer and clean of a striker as he is. You got to throw some things that get him off his game, and then maybe you can add in the more clean strikes and come with your boxing.
Baudot very much a kill or be killed style of fighter. I mean, it hasn't always gone his way, which is why he's got a mark on his record. But he's getting creative. But Aspinall charging forward.
I will say one thing about the MMA Factory, there's a lot of big guys on a small mat. They clash often. So clinch work, short-range fighting is going to be a speciality, but this is not ideal for him.
Yeah, this was a very smart move for Tom to take him down. When things are getting chaotic like that, if you've got that in your back pocket to be able to get the fight to the ground and look for control.
How impressive does he look here as well? He's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. There he is.
From Tom
Double quick again. He goes 2-0 with the UFC. Delivers on that betting line. Not happy with his performance, however.
Well, I think that's what sets him apart, right? Is that even after that, after 2 first-round finishes yet again, still all first-round finishes for Tom Aspinall on his record.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was really disappointed with that. What was it, 60 seconds?
Yeah, a little too long. A little too long.
Now time for Impact Performer, brought to you by the US Army.
Let's have a look at this. Aspinall comes flying in, checks the leg with his rear foot. He avoids that upward elbow, but lands a couple of really short right hands as he moves into clinch. Baudot clinches, but then that offers the level change for Tom Aspinall, who gets his hands together, slams the floor. Mike Grundy's punch in the air at this moment, straight to mount, and then he pours down those elbows. The pressure was too much for Baudot tonight, and Tom Aspinall adds another short victory to his record.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 1 minute, 35 seconds of round number 1. Referee Łukasz Bosatsky steps in, puts a halt to this bout for your winner by TKO, Tom Aspinall!
Underdog and the elder statesman in this matchup. You're looking at Tom Aspinall minus 260 as the favorite. This fight clock is brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. Aspinall in the red, Arlovski in the black.
Well, as we know, Tom Aspinall, his fights so far have not gone very long. And if you're Andrei Arlovski and you have the experience in the octagon that he does, and you see the evolution in his game, how elusive he is these days, you think he's going to try and take his time, but right there, went in with the blitz. See Tom using some little feints. Oh, see that right hand? That got through, that got Andrei's attention straight away. Andrei's got to be careful. He kind of closed his eyes a little there. You cannot hesitate. Sorry, Brendan.
No.
Look at Tom, backing him up perfectly, using the little feints, using the footwork to back him up against the fence. That gives him nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. He's forced to exchange in a firefight when you cannot escape.
Team Cowbon is the team where Tom Aspinall trains back in Liverpool, England. Of course, the training home of Darren Till, also Mike Grundy in the UFC.
Yeah, we saw on the training footage there, because we know Darren Till's watching. Darren Till was taking a little hiding there of Tom Aspinall. Shout out, Darren. Tom looks so confident in there. So confident. He's got that lead hand low, using little feints. And this is officially the longest UFC fight of Tom Aspinall's career. Oh, he connected! Wow. Right as I say that, this could be the end.
Together.
Look at this.
Trouble here.
Look at the hand speed.
Or Arlovski's going
Andre
in.
needs to guard right back. This could be
Aspinall's trying to put it all together.
This is it.
Arlovski just covered up eating body shots.
Mark Smith gave Arlovski a lot of chances there.
And you see some damage on the face of Arlovski after that flurry.
I mean, you see the hand speed? That was insane. For a big guy, this size, this weight, to move like that.
For Arlovski, a little damage to the nose means the fight has just started.
Yeah, that thing's been broken about 1 million times.
But now wearing the pressure of Aspinall, well, if those were not body shots, perhaps it would have been over, but Aspinall kept going to the body. You know, and if
He's having a little argument with the referee. The ref says, let go of the cage. He's like, I haven't got it. What are you talking about?
Fight for head position here, and arm position.
I asked Tom about his grappling the other day. I said, you know, if it hits the ground, how is that? And he said, what? I said, no, you're grappling. He said, what's grappling? Of course,
it's one way to approach it.
If you spend any time with Darren Till, you're going to develop a sense of humor. So I think he's joking there. His dad runs the jiu-jitsu program down at Team Cowbon, so he knows what he's doing on the ground.
His father, Andrew Aspinall, is with him here tonight in the corner, as he is with all of Tom's fights. Under 2 minutes to go, round one.
This is good for Arlovski, though. It gives him a chance to get back into this fight. Landed a shot there. Tom was able to turn it, but as I say, you know, Arlovski now, who's recovered from that barrage of punches, he's got a little bit of damage on his face, but, you know, that's not going to trouble him. He's a long, super experienced veteran of this game.
How about Aspinall not burning himself out by just repeating with the punches? Kind of grappled a little bit.
Yeah.
Taking his time.
I mean, we didn't have a punch count on that combination earlier, but there was a lot of punches thrown. I don't know, 25 or so.
Let's go, Tom.
A lot of punches.
Coming up on 1 minute to go, first round. And after that exchange, it's mostly played out in this position right here. Aspinall forcing to clinch along the fence.
You know, if you think back to the fight between Alistair Overeem and Walt Harris, remember Walt Harris came hot out the gate, threw a massive combination, had Overeem hurt, but then the old veteran, who's been there 1 million times, knows how to react in those situations, ended up turning the tables and getting a finish of his own in the second round, I think it was. Yep. So, you know, these old guys, never count them out.
Right.
As I said, you can't buy experience, it has to be earned, and it is so valuable in a situation like this.
Back to the center they go as Arlovski finds his way off the fence. Final 20 seconds of the first round. Oh! Right from Arlovski.
Both guys connect there. Heavy shots.
Aspinall still moving the head. Another kick up top from Arlovski. Final seconds of round number one. Round two coming up.
Right here, Tom.
Chance to be the first ever UFC fan to experience a live event right here at the UFC Apex.
Second round, fight.
Go to UFC.com/bestseats to enter for the chance to attend UFC 259 on March 6th. The sweepstakes ends tomorrow at midnight, so get there and enter. You want to give yourself a chance. Round number 2 here at heavyweight between Tom Aspinall and Andre Arlovski. The corner of Arlovski was encouraged that I believe they might have the fresher fighter here in round 2. Nice body shot from Arlovski.
Yeah, they were happy about the amount of energy that Tom expelled there, and he certainly did. But he's a young man, he trains hard, he's very motivated to win this fight. So I'm sure he can go 3 rounds hard. However, this is uncharted territory for Tom because, as we know, he typically ends his fights very, very quickly. Now, when you connect with somebody as many times as Tom did, and the man stands there, that sends a message, hold on, this guy isn't going to fall like the rest. And, you know, Tom's a young man, he's very confident. But some people, you never know, that can affect their confidence, their psychology, their approach to the game. It's like, whoa, hold on a minute. I'm used to people falling over when I hit them. What is happening? And there it is, look at that, it's over.
It goes right under the chin, a tap quickly for Arlovski. Tom Aspinall, submission victory in round 2. Once he started to end it, it was over quickly.
I mean, that's a great way to mix things up. I don't think Andre was expecting that beautiful blast double. Andre turned to try and get back to his feet. In doing so, gave up his back. And once he had that locked in, it was over. It was quick, because it was deep. He didn't even need the hooks. I mean, look at the size of the man. He's a big man. If you get it tight and you squeeze, you don't need the hooks when you're that size. But let's take a look at it. Here it is, real time. Boom! Under the chin. I mean, they really tested the octagon wall there, because look at that. They hit that with some, what's that, 520 pounds or so hitting it. And then, yeah, Andre turns his back, trying to get back to his feet, made a mistake.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rear naked choke submission comes at the official time. 1 minute, 9 seconds of round number 2. For your winner out of Liverpool, England, Tom Aspinall!
3-4. The same can be said for that man, Tom Aspinall, the biggest betting favorite on our main card tonight.
Tom, ready? Fight's on.
All right, tonight's fight clock is brought to you by the U.S. Army. That is Tom Aspinall out of the southpaw stance to open in red. Sergey Spivac is in black.
You can see the agility from Tom straight away. Nice feint, closing the gap, pushing Sergey backwards.
And when Sergey Pavlovich was unable to get to Las Vegas, you had to sort of wonder aloud if they could find a heavyweight on short notice to step in and face a guy like Tom Aspinall. But Sergey Spivac, understanding the opportunity, signed on the dotted line.
Yeah, exactly. Did himself a lot of favors there. And that's a nice 1-2 from Tom. And he said as well on the flip side, listen, I'm here in Vegas. I want to fight. I put all this work in. I want to have a training camp. I want to get paid. And I'm going to continue to rise through the rankings. And that's something he spoke to me about. You know, he said, obviously, last time he beat Andre Arlovski, who's a former champion, he said he doesn't want to ascend that quickly. You know, he wants to take his time. He said, as I say, he's very humble. He said, I'm not ready for those names like an Ngannou or you know, Stipe Miocic, those people like that, or the great DC if he was still around.
Come on.
He said, but I've just got to take my time. But unfortunately, you start beating guys like Spivac and Arlovski, you got no choice, buddy. You're in the deep end.
Another top 15 win, it would be if he can get past Spivac. Right now, Aspinall's doing a good job of feinting. Got Spivac on his heels. Sergey needs to try to go forward to initiate the wrestling.
No denying the confidence of Tom Aspinall, but there's also a definite humility there. He's had a lot of quick finishes. He says he's never fought in front of 20,000 people. He doesn't know how he would fare. So to your point, Michael, this man is very aware of self, and there's a definite humbleness to him as well.
Aspinall's got some fast hands, man.
Fast.
He's really fast, really agile.
And his background was jiu-jitsu. You know, when he first saw UFC 70, which I was on, by the way, but the main event, who was it? Oh, no, it was Andre Arlovski.
Did you take somebody down, Bismarck?
No. But he saw Andre Arlovski.
How many takedowns you had in your career?
He thought, wow, that inspired him. I thought he was going to say me. But he said, but he was teaching jiu-jitsu privates back then when he was just a kid. You know, so he's got very fast hands.
Spivac covered up. Tom Aspinall, still all the rage.
Wow.
Wow.
Told you.
Bisping, I told you he was good.
Ah.
Since before the fight, I was like, this dude's really good.
It's not what he said.
You're so crazy. You're so crazy, Bisping.
Man, how about that?
I mean, to generate that power from that close is very impressive.
And when you look at his last 3 victims, the way they've all sort of crumbled under his pressure, unbelievable result tonight. It is now time for Impact Performer, brought to you by the U.S. Army.
Right here, you see Spivac try to get into the clinch. Aspinall lands a beautiful knee. Right hand there hurts him bad. I mean, he was barely getting his foot back to the ground, and he hit Spivac with that right hand. Look,
elbow.
Oh, that's an elbow.
Yeah.
Oh, he landed a beautiful elbow in tight there. Now, that's twice we've seen him do that. We've seen him land a knee on an incoming opponent, and then a combination behind it. This time a knee, and then an elbow that hurts Spivac. Now, as Michael goes in to interview him, this is another guy. Now it's time to see him against some of that upper echelon competition. I hope Mike asks him that.
What an elbow for Tom Aspinall. Tremendous performance here tonight. Sharing a moment with Daniel Cormier here. I'm trying to eavesdrop what they're saying, but Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt runs the grappling.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Smith has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 30 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Tom Aspinall.
I'm here.
Hey, gents, you understand the rules you fight under. Listen to me all times. Keep yourself protected. When I say stop, you stop. If you want to touch, now's the time. God bless.
Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the evening, and it got kind of hostile in here. There is Alexander Volkov. He has smiled all the way from the back, and there's the calm and collected face of Tom Aspinall with the backing of Team Kaobon behind him. This is the biggest fight of his career. Alexander Volkov beat a former champion right here in this building. He'll be looking to emulate that performance tonight. This fight clock is brought to you by Modelo.
Tom wasting absolutely no time.
Never does he, Michael?
Nah, he's a fast guy, fast starter. Not so much a fast talker, though, unless his fists do that. And there it is! 1, 2, 3.
Unbelievable speed for a man of his size. He was a little guy growing up, and he's carried that agility and speed with him, that welterweight style, they call it at Kaobon.
He's certainly not intimidated by the moment, being the aggressor early. There's a nice check for Volkov.
And straight in, look at that! Wonderful timing.
The entire octagon shook.
Mixing his arts early is Tom Aspinall.
Took him down with absolute authority, and he's in a great position. Side control with the right underhook.
Smart to pull Volkov away from that fence a little bit too.
Yeah, gonna chip away with elbows. If he can get a dominant position here, I mean, we could have an early night.
Volkov looking for a lockdown on the right leg of Aspinall, but he's not really stretching him out at the moment.
I mean, they are right here, just feet away in front of us.
Cut already opened up on the side of the head there of Volkov.
Dropping those elbows.
Big pressure early from Aspinall.
Volkov's going to try and get full guard back. He's going to try and get back to his feet. He's got the underhook on the left side. He's going to get on the right elbow and try and start to build a base. But Tom is having absolutely none of it. There's another elbow.
Aspinall giving him a shelling at the moment. Huge punches here from the Manchester man.
Volkov's got no answer for this right now.
No, this is just explosive ground and pound from Tom right now. And you see the head of Volkov starting to really leak here. He's got to be careful trying to get up from here.
He's got a Kimura grip.
He's going to pull that over to the other side here, but he's got it in deep. Volkov needs to be very careful here. One mistake, this fight's over.
Tom backs out of it.
Let it go. Knee to the midsection. There's the elbows. Nice job by Volkov, though. Back to his feet.
His head at him.
He's like, come on, bro. You think that's all I got?
Oh, right hand from Volkov.
One thing that Volkov said, and I'm not sure if I agree with it, but he said, Tom hasn't been to deep waters. I have many times. I believe that's a disadvantage for Tom. I don't know if it is, but that certainly seems to be the approach or the mindset for Volkov, that if he can get Tom, and that's a big if If he can get into the later rounds, he'll start to take over. But that if is getting bigger and bigger by the second.
Still have 2 minutes in this first round.
Bit of a slip.
Oh, nicely dug there by Aspinall.
A little smile from Volkov as well. It's the ear as well. He split the ear of Volkov open. At least that's what it looked like.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable head movement by Aspinall.
That's how you do it. You slip the shot, you use their forward momentum against you, you drive through. I mean, the guy's so technically good. He's listening to his corner, looking up, waiting for instruction. As I said, he's so calm and composed. And now this is trouble.
Straight arm lock attempt here from Aspinall.
There it is.
He's done it! What a moment for Tom Aspinall! That is the biggest win of his career. And he is loving every second of it.
Well, rightly so. We've got a few Modelos flying around. People are chucking beers in the air, celebrating early. Darren Till's got Tom up in the air. Let him go pretty quick because that's a big old boy to hold up. Come on, Darren, I thought you were working out.
That is a huge scalp pull for Tom Aspinall. He takes out a guy in the top 10. You can think it's only big things from here on in as he embraces his father. They have dreamt of this moment since he was a boy.
Look at the timing. Slip, boom, double, right through, drives through, immediately pushes the knee down, gets to half guard, shoulder pressure into a submission attempt. You can't write it any better than that. That is just pure mixed martial arts at its best right there. From a huge man weighing 253 pounds, that's impressive, Tom Aspinall.
He mixed his arts very nicely indeed.
And that's a tough arm lock to pull off to see the elbow pop.
That popped.
Volkov tried to hold on.
And look at that. Aspinall BJJ will be very proud of that one. His father was one of the first jiu-jitsu black belts in this country.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 45 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by submission due to a straight arm lock, Tom Aspinall!
Listen to me at all times, keep yourself protected. When I say stop, you stop. If you want to touch, now's the time. God bless.
Here we go, folks. Main event time from London's O2 Arena. The return of Tom Aspinall against that man on a hot streak, Marcin Tybura. The top of the heavyweight picture is electric right now. A lot of fun matchups. To get to the top, going to take on some big challenges. This fight clock is brought to you by New Amsterdam Vodka. If you need a reminding, Aspinall's in the white, Tybura is in the red.
One thing we know about Tom Aspinall, he's very quick for a heavyweight. And he gets quick finishes. He almost got one there. The first kick that he threw.
That knee must be all right.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think so.
Let's test it out.
Tybura, as I said on the walk, came in 11 pounds lighter. And he said
Still looks huge, doesn't he?
with the speed of Tom, he said not necessarily, but it will help.
Marcin Tybura is a very, very tough man.
Look at the hands, look at the speed. Sorry, John. Tom is on fire. Look how loose he is, dancing around, right on the feet. That was a punishing front kick.
They paid attention to absolutely everything, have the Aspinall camp.
He's got Tybura swinging at fresh air.
And Tom's so worried about the hands now. If he wanted to level change, drive through with the double leg, it's right there.
Oh, nice elbow. Big shot! It's a fairy tale return for Tom Aspinall.
taking it all in. I got to sit down with Tom earlier this month, and he said he owed the fans. It wasn't what he wanted, of course, last time out, but he said there's so much disappointment. A lot of people spend their hard-earned money to come here to the O2 Arena, but he pays them back tonight.
All right, here we go. Tom was just on fire. There's a big elbow, steps in, almost loses balance in a 1-2. Soon as that connects, Tybura sits down. Tom follows it up, and it's only a matter of time. Referee Mark Goddard's going to step in here. Tom was on fire from the get-go. He was so fast, so loose, precise. He was hurting Tybura with every single shot. The hand speed was ridiculous, and power to match. I'm telling you, John Jones, keep an eye on this man, because Tom Aspinall is coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 13 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO.
All right, gentlemen, been through the rules in the locker room. I want you to obey my commands at all times. I want you to protect yourselves at all times. You want to touch gloves, do it. Good luck to both of you.
They're hugging. Don't see that every day.
I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
A lot of respect. A lot of anxiety, I would imagine, for sports fans not competing tonight. Sergey Pavlovich.
Here we go, boys.
Yeah.
You know what I love about both these two fights? I don't know.
No idea.
I don't know.
All right, Sergey Pavlovich in red, Tom Aspinall in white. UFC Interim Heavyweight Championship on the line.
And if Tom thinks he's just going to take him down, Sergey's working with Steve Mocco down in Florida, one of the better heavyweight wrestling coaches in the entire country and around the world.
We talk about Pavlovich's size, but DC, Tom Aspinall walked into the fighter meeting and you said to him, man, you are enormous.
Boy, he looks so much bigger in person, right? But it's because he's a little taller, long and lean for the heavyweight division. That's not what you used to seeing. Oh, he hurt him.
Sergey tagged him early.
Yeah, Tom took it though.
But he knows.
Oh, he's on notice now.
Yeah, he's on notice.
Toyo Tires, official tire of UFC.
You can't make any mistakes with Sergey.
Aspinall's father, Andy, in his corner. He's been at essentially every training session since Tom was 8 years old.
Those leg kicks will pay dividends.
Sensational. That was sensational.
Oh, he's the real deal.
Tom Aspinall is the real deal. My goodness.
And there is Michael Bisping.
I told you, mate.
Michael Bisping won his UFC title, of course, on 2 weeks' notice. He believes Tom Aspinall eventually will be the best heavyweight of all time. Tom Aspinall, world champion.
Now.
Yes, he does.
Man. How sensational. I can't wait to see it again. It happened so fast. Let's take another look at it. Here we go. Tom Aspinall, interim heavyweight champion, and this is how it went down. Boom! Right to the temple. Oh! The speed of Aspinall on display. Let's take one more time.
That right hand was
boom!
nasty.
Right hand to the temple, rocked him.
And then he hit him again.
That was the one that put him down.
Yeah,
that was the second one.
The first one was nasty.
Here we see it again. Here's the first one in slow motion.
Bink, bink.
Boom! On the temple.
Oh, Sergey's gone already, though.
He's gone already. Tom Aspinall. Man, nobody in the heavyweight division is as fast as that cat.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. That was amazing.
And there is the reaction.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 9 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout. And now, the new UFC Interim Heavyweight Champion of the World, Tom Aspinall.
gentlemen, you understand the rules. You fight under list limit all times. Keep yourself protected. When I say stop, please stop. If you want to touch, now's the time. God bless.
Tom Aspinall is an absolute specimen.
Yes.
Michael, you know this well. He's in the best shape of his life.
Yep.
Of course, he entered that Sergey Pavlovich fight last November without the benefit of a training camp. John Anik, Michael Bisping, Daniel Cormier on the base of the world-famous octagon, ready to bring you these two championship fights on the back end of UFC 304. Curtis Blaydes is in blue, Tom Aspinall in the black and gold, befitting a champion, and we are underway.
Aspinall, without question, in the best shape of his life.
Early right hand lands for the underdog Blaydes.
Curtis is letting his hands go early.
He has worked so hard on his reads as a boxer. Early clinch situation now.
2 punches landed in there.
Yeah.
One by Aspinall, one by Blaydes. Blaydes landed a nice left hook there. Aspinall landed a right hand.
Kind of looked like Tom was going to go for the takedown. Maybe just to prove a point.
Yep. Tom can't be reckless, and Curtis can't give him big reactions.
Yeah, that's
Curtis
a nice
is
combination.
Curtis connected there with the right hand.
Sits him down. Aspinall. Blaydes nearly down and out early. That's it. It's over. Tom Aspinall retains the throne.
wow.
Unbelievable. The power is different. The finishing instincts are just different. Wow.
You know, I was thinking the first entry by Aspinall might have been a bit reckless, but I think he just knew that if he can touch Blaydes, he can put him out.
No man alive. I'm telling you right now, unbelievable.
And still, Tom Aspinall getting it done by first round knockout tonight. And with respect to the undisputed champion, John Jones, this is the active competing heavyweight. And he looks like a real problem for all of the other big men in this heavyweight division. Tonight's fight replay is brought to you by Monaco Can Cocktails. 2 shots in every can. Feel the fun.
He's a problem for any man on planet Earth, including Curtis Blaydes, of course. Just misses with the right hand there, but the left sat him down, follows up. Curtis trying to get back to his knees, and from here, Tom just swarms him right hand after right hand, throws in a few lefts. Those shots were just too much. Margotard steps in, boom, look at that. Connects with a jab, that's what dropped it. The right hand pretty much missed, off balance, solid jab, and then from there, it's the finishing instincts, and it's also the speed that he can pounce on his prey, and then the speed that he can deliver the shots, just one after the other. Curtis is protesting, though.
Yeah, Blaydes with an immediate protest, but that was not a good visual. Hard to argue with Mark Goddard's stoppage there. Tommy Aspinall, the real deal, doesn't even begin to describe it, Andy Aspinall.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout and still the UFC interim heavyweight champion of the world, Tom Aspinall.